Okay, welcome everyone to the District Committee hearing this Wednesday morning. We have one agenda today at 10:30. If we have major technical crash, we will reconvene at 10:30 tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. tomorrow, April 14 in this room 016 and a video conference, and to pick up wherever we got stopped. So first up on this agenda is Governor's Message 747. This is submitting for consideration and confirmation to the Commission to promote uniform legislation gubernatorial nominee Michael Tanoe for term to expire June 30, 2024. First testifier on GM 747 is Allison Rioka.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. I stand my testimony
In support. Thank you. Elizabeth Kent. She's going to Zoom.
Aloha, thank you. Aloha, thank you for the opportunity to testify. I'm Elizabeth Kent, and I'm currently a member of the Commission to Promote Uniform Laws. I'm here with enthusiastic support for the nomination of Mike Tanoe. I met Mike in law school, and he's smart, nice, easy to work with, humble, which is just what we need in a commissioner on the Commission to Promote Uniform state laws. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next we have Jill T. Nagamine, Deputy Attorney General for the Attorney General in support, Kevin Sumida in support, Bert Sakuda in support, Bob Toyofuku in support, Peter Hamasaki in support, and that's all the testimony we have. Members, any questions for the testifiers that are here? If not, Mr. Tanoe, come on up if you'd like to make an opening statement. Good morning.
Good morning, Chair Rhodes, Vice Chair Kuoho Kalole, and committee members. I thank you very much for taking time today to consider my nomination by Governor Ige to the Commission on to Promote Uniform Laws. I firmly believe that well thought out, well drafted legislation is very beneficial to society. It helps to provide guidelines for people in our community to govern their lives. And even if there is a lawsuit that results, I think the attorneys and judges are able to better resolve these disputes and more quickly resolve these disputes. Uniform laws also provide some guidance from other states that have also adopted the uniform laws. So in that respect, I think everybody benefits from the work of the commission. So I really would appreciate your favorable consideration. I look forward to working with the existing commission members here and also to work with colleagues in the Maine. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Members, questions? I don't have any questions either, so thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you very much.
Next GM, which is GM 772. This is for consideration and confirmation to the Defender Council. Gubernatorial nominee Crystal Gail Glendon for a term to expire June 30th, 2026. First up on GM 772 is Richard Singh. Signed up for Zoom. Doesn't appear to be here. In support, James Tabe in support, Catherine Gutierrez in support, Lee S. Hayakawa in support, Joel Sigawa Kane in support, Sherilyn Tavares in support, Kelly Ponce in support. And that's all the testimony we have and no one to ask questions of. So Ms. Glendon, if you'd like to come up. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Chair Rhodes, Vice Chair Kuoho Kalole, Senator Gabbard, and Senator Casio. I'm Crystal Glendon. It's nice to finally meet you all in person. This would be my second term. The first time I think it was by Zoom, so this is new. I am an avid believer in the Office of the Public Defender, having served at the office for almost 15 years. I went straight there after my clerkship with two different judges. Had a lot of options and could have gone to the prosecutor's office, but my chosen path was to be a public defender. And that's a role that I cherish. It's something that has trained me to be the lawyer that I am today, to not only be an advocate for the indigent population, but to continue that in my current practice as a partner in my own law firm, Glendon and Ponce. At this time, the Office of the Public Defender, there's so many things that are going on right now internally, and it's such potential. And I appreciate the role that I get to play now as having been a public defender with that insight, not only having been a PD, but also having been a female in that office. It's a very high caseload, high intensity, place to be, especially as a woman, as a mother. So I like that I get to bring that voice to the Office of the Public Defender's Defender Council. I am one of 2 women on the council, 3 other men. And I think that it's a role that I really do cherish, to be able to support the Office of the Public Defender in any way. So I would appreciate your consideration and your positive vote for my confirmation. And I really do appreciate Governor Ige's nomination of me for a 2nd term.
Okay, thank you very much. Members, questions? I do have a couple of questions for you having to do with the money side of things at the public defenders. So my understanding is that in general, the public defenders, the deputy public defenders don't make as much as the deputy prosecutors. Is that correct?
So at this point in time, yes, that never was it the case historically. Historically, the public defenders actually made more than the prosecutors. And I think a couple of years ago, maybe within the past 5 to 10 years, the prosecutor's office has caught up. However, it's a different system. So the pay system for deputy public defenders is a set step system. So there's a 1, 2, 3, and 4. The 5s are the supervisors. It's my understanding that the prosecutor's office, the discretion lies with the prosecutor themselves in order to set the salaries for the various employees.
So in terms of the overall caseload, which I mean, basically, I don't know what the percentages are, but there's a pretty high percentage of the cases that the prosecutor prosecutes are defended by a public defender.
I apologize.
No, so my question was, are the caseloads more or less equivalent for public defenders and deputy prosecutors, deputy public defenders, or do public defenders have more or less?
So, I mean, prosecutors are the ones who prosecute 100% of the cases, with the exception of the cases that are prosecuted by the attorney generals, the criminal division, which that's a very low number, I would say, in comparison to the prosecutors. So while the prosecutors do prosecute all of the cases for the most part, the public defenders, I don't know the numbers, but at least from my years there, I would say the PDs handle about 85% of the caseload island-wide for this island, and probably a lot higher of a number on the neighbor islands. And that's due to, there are private practitioners in place. But again, you're serving the indigent population.
So, but when that boils down to an actual caseload per deputy, for deputy prosecutors versus deputy public defenders, who has the bigger load?
There's more prosecutors.
There's more prosecutors, so it's about the same, or you think the defenders have more or less? I don't know.
So I'm speculating, but I would
Okay.
say it's about the same.
It's about the same. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Okay, members, any other questions? All right. If not, I think we can go straight to decision making if everyone's okay with that. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So first up, we have GM 747. This was Michael Tenoy for the Commission to Promote Uniform Legislation for a term to expire 6/30/2024. The recommendation here is to advise and consent to his nomination. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members voting on GM 747, the recommendation is to advise and consent to the nomination. Chair Rhodes.
Aye.
Vice Chair goes aye. Senator Ocasio.
Aye.
Senator Gabbard.
Aye.
Senator Kim, excused. Senator Lee, excused. Senator Favela, excused. Recommendation adopted.
Okay, thank you. Next up is GM 772 for Crystal Gail Glendon for consideration of confirmation to the public defender. I'm sorry, to the Defender Council, excuse me, for a term to expire June 30th, 2026. And again, the recommendation is to advise and consent. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members, GM 772, recommendation is to advise and consent to the nomination. Chair Rhodes.
Aye.
Vice Chair goes aye. Senator Ocasio.
Aye.
Senator Gabbard.
Aye.
Senator Kim, excused. Senator Lee, excused. Senator Favela, excused. Recommendation adopted.
All right, thank you very much. Congratulations on nominees. Your full floor vote will be probably sometime next week. We'll let you know when we know for sure. We're adjourned.